You know what it is. Starting off with a smile all day, every day. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Motivational Monday. How's everybody doing? Hi, Felisa. One of my business partners on the line. She's got her first credit client. She is helping and serving people in Michigan and all across this country. So definitely tap in with Felisa if you have not done so. But you can also tap in with me right now, right here. Let's go. What are we up to on this last Monday of the first quarter? It went by like super quick. Straight up real talk. It went by super quick. We in March Madness. I love basketball. So like if you see me looking up, that's because I'm looking at the South Carolina Maryland game, because especially women's basketball is heating up right now. It's awesome. So listen. But I have to be consistent because that's what I do. So I hope everybody had a great start of their day. I'm going to go ahead and dive right on in it and, talk about associations. So my name is Toria Howard. I'm originally from Detroit. I reside in Memphis, Tennessee. So what up, though, to all my Detroit people? I'm a real estate professional here in the city of Memphis. And I also do financial literacy and funding. So definitely tap into me for any of my services, because I am on a mission to help 1,000 plus people become homeowners, invest in real estate, and leverage that asset to be able to grow and make more money. That's my mission. That's my purpose. Educate first, inspire people second, hey, and then profit third. So that's what I'm into. So your network is your net worth. How many of you agree with that? So drop some flames in the comments that you believe that your network is your net worth. Understand that your network is your net worth. What is your network? I always break it down to an acronym. So network to me means navigate to elevate through wisdom to obtain a renewed key to life. Yes, because your associations can give you a wisdom and a renewed sense of hope in life and the things that you need to do with that. A lot of times we don't rely on our network enough to help us, because we self-made. We get it out the mud. We do the things on our own. I was that way as well. I wanted to do everything on my own, by myself, create everything, do everything. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And when you have a network of people that are willing to help you, that are smarter than you, because you should not be the smartest one in the room. And if you are, you need to check your associations. Okay. So, you know, what we don't understand is sometimes is that a lot of our principles come from that famous book, which is the Bible. So, one that reference this today about association is First Corinthians 15 and 33. Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. Evil company corrupts good habits. So you can have good habits, you can have a routine, you can do all these things, but somebody always come into play that's going to throw you off of that and try to deter you to do something different. I don't know, maybe it's just me. When you should be working on your business, when you should be, doing things that you're supposed to do, somebody call you, hey, let's go to brunch, let's go to lunch, let's go out, let's go to the club, let's do this, let's do that. Right? It's always something or someone that's going to deter us off the road. So, what are your associations? What is your network guiding you to do? Are you associating with people that are aligned with your purpose? And now, I'm not talking about groupthink. I'm not talking about groupthink. I'm talking about people that are aligned and going places, they're going higher, they are soaring. It's been a lot of talk about Of course, the ambulance want to come by. It's been a lot of talk about, you know, the chickens and the eagles. I've heard it so many different times, so many different times this week. Well, this past week, I should say. The chickens and the eagles, the chickens and the eagles. If you're an eagle, because I posted it on my page yesterday because my pastor said it. If you're an eagle, you shouldn't be associating with the chickens, right? And what are those chickens? Right? We love to eat chickens. Chickens are do you eat eagles or do you eat chickens? I'm just saying. So, chickens are on the ground. They're at the bottom, you know. They they're the ones that associate together, that cluck together, that do everything the same. You know, if you want to put it into real aspect, you're talking about, the ones that gossip, that, you know, have destructive mindsets, not trying to grow, always trying to talk you out of doing something that's based on your purpose. And the thing is, you're talking to the chickens and they're not seeing your vision because it's not for them. It's not for them to see. But instead, you still associate with the chickens when it's time for you to be an eagle and it's time for you to soar. And one thing, I did a clubhouse room on the same topic today. If you're not on Clubhouse, you should be. I have a club called Exquisite Conversations. And we had a conversation. It was a powerful conversation. And one person said she's going to climb so high that the people that she's not supposed to associate with won't be able to breathe at the altitude she's going to. I'm just saying. Some people, as people, we associate ourselves with loyalty. We associate ourselves with people that we've known for a long time. There's nothing wrong with that. I have my best friend since we were 15 years old. But guess what? We are in alignment. Now, some of those people that I was friends with when I was in middle school, high school, that I consider was my best friends, we don't even talk anymore. Because I was going in a different direction and they were going in a different direction. And sometimes you have to let off that I ain't gonna say they were dead weight, but you have to let off that weight because they're not moving the way that you're moving. And that's okay with that. They have their own path, you have your own path. So you need to be running the race with the people that's willing to run beside you, in front of you, and also the ones that's pushing you to go faster. Other people are going to be on the sideline. They're going to always be waiting and watching. They're always going to be waiting and watching and looking and spying and talking and trying to talk you out of your vision. I mean, how many times have you talked to people and you told them an idea and they're like, oh man, it's somebody else, everybody's doing that. Somebody's doing that. Oh, that's stupid. That sounds this, that sounds da, 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 da. They don't see it because it's not meant for them. And if they are not there to encourage you to even pursue whatever they feel like is the stupidest idea, then what are they there for? They're not a support system. When you're trying to, when you're striving to move, when you're striving to do better, when you're striving to go into a different wavelength, you need people to support you regardless of how they feel about it. Now, if you're doing something that is making you not grow or, holding you back, then that's something different to talk you out of it. But it's something brand new, an idea that you have down deep down inside of you, and it's something that you really want to do. And that those people come around and talk bad and about every single idea that you come up with, and then that deters you from doing that thing. And then all of a sudden you look up and that thing that you were thinking about has come to fruition. It's because it was for you, but you let it you got bypassed because you let other people talk you out of your vision. So the vision was passed on to somebody else that was going to work that vision. How many times have you looked up and seen something that you thought about that you might have discussed with somebody, or even just conjured in your brain, and you said, oh, I had this idea and this and that, and you brought it to somebody and they talked you out of it, or you talked yourself out of it, and then all of a sudden you see it come to fruition. You be like, I thought of that. I have a real estate mentor. He said he thought of the whole like Uber Eats, DoorDash type of thing. And because somebody told him that it wouldn't work and this and that and the other, he let it go. And years later, here it goes. So whatever is stirring up inside of you, whatever that little thing that you're supposed to be doing, you that's for you. And the people that you share it with are supposed to uplift you and guide you along the way and support you. And if that's not the case, you need to check your associations. So how are your associations affecting you? And that's not only people. What about your surroundings? How are your surroundings? Your associations have to do with your surroundings as well. How are your surroundings affecting you? Do you need to move? Do you need to change your job, your environment? Do you need to change states? Shoot, change countries if you need to. What is it, about this environment that you're stuck in that's keeping you from not moving and growing? You need to examine that. Ask yourself the questions. So your associations have to do with people, but it also has to do with just your environment, because you can get stuck in your own way, stuck in your own rut, stuck in your own way of thinking because of your environment. How many people have heard the fact, oh, you heard somebody say that, whatever town you're from or whatever, you hear people say, oh, yeah, I'm not leaving my town. Ain't nothing out there for me. I don't need to see nothing else. That's walking with the chickens. Because eagles go and they see everything from above. So if you're associating with chickens, of course they're not going to want to go nowhere. They're going to stay right in that coop, that environment. So how are your associations affecting you? You have to make sure that you're understanding that your network is your net worth. How are you leveraging other people's education, wisdom? Every time somebody wants to call, I hope you can hear me on Instagram. But how are you leveraging these relationships? It's all about leveraging relationships. How are you leveraging these relationships to make you grow faster, to make you go forward, to make you do better things? How are you doing that? Eagles do fly solo, and there's nothing wrong with flying solo. But a lot of us are afraid to go by ourselves when we carrying dead weight that doesn't and holding us down to the ground, and they're not meant to go. Why do you think a rocket, when it takes off, it lets go and let go of the what are those things, the rocket boosters or whatever that is? I guess that's what it is. Because once you get to a certain point, you don't need it anymore. You don't need that boost anymore. And sometimes you reach to a certain height where people, like Adrian said on in my clubhouse room today, sometimes you get to a certain point where they get up there with you and they can't breathe, so they have to come back down. So how are your associations affecting you? How are the people that you're around? How is your surroundings, your environment affecting you? Then you have to think about, what are you listening to that's affecting you? What are you associating yourself with as far as your, what you're ingraining in your spirit? What are you listening to that's taking you off course, that's taking you out of your purpose, that's making you get off kilter to what you're supposed to do? So you have to understand that as well. It's about the people. Yes, it is mindset. It's about the people. It's about your environment, but it's also what you're tuning in. What are you putting in your spirit as well? So you have to understand that. I haven't seen you in a while, Agent Hokey. But that's the thing. What are you doing to manage your associations and how they're affecting you? Sometimes you have to ask yourself a question. Several questions. You have to ask yourself, how is this person, how is this situation, how is this that I'm ingesting affecting me and making me be a better me? And that's what it's about. If it's not making you a better you, there's no use for it. And a lot of us we get to a certain point, a certain status, and we still want to bring those same individuals, those same situations, those same, things that we're ingesting in our spirit on this, with us, and we cannot, it doesn't fit, it doesn't work. And we wonder why it doesn't work, because it's not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to go. Just like I was saying in my clubhouse room earlier, some people have met their demise because of their associations. Rest in peace, young Dolph. He was just going to get some cookies, doing a regular Joe Blow thing that he probably would have did if he wasn't famous or whatever the case may be. But unfortunately, when you get to a certain point, a certain height in your life, you cannot walk around and do the same thing. You cannot associate the same way that you did before, because you can meet your demise. And unfortunately, he did. Nipsey Hussle did the same thing. Takeoff did the same thing. Sometimes when you reach a certain place, your associations have to change. The way you move has to change. If not, you could meet your demise, and not just death, but it could kill your career. It could, make you lose money. Look at MC Hammer. Prime example. MC Hammer made multi-millions of dollars, but because he surrounded himself with leeches, he ended up broke. How are your associations affecting you? How are your associations affecting you? You have to ask that situation. Is this person, this environment, what I'm ingesting in my spirit, allowing me to grow in the way that I need to grow? And if it's not, then you have to ask yourself some questions. And you have to realize sometimes you have to make some hard decisions. Sometimes you have to let go of people you have known for years. You have known for, since childhood, whatever. Sometimes it be your own family that you have to disassociate yourself with. And you have to be okay with that, as painful as it is. Because they're not on the same wavelength that you're on to grow. And if they're stifling your growth, then that means that they need to take no part in it, because they're not going to be able to take any part in it, because you're not going to be allowed to grow. You're going to be still buried, and continue to be buried, and continue to be buried, and continue to be buried, until you understand that whatever's on top of that's keeping you and stifling and on top of you from keeping you from growing is the associations that you need to go away from. And sometimes those situations and those conversations with people are hard. But you have to understand, when you're growing, a lot of times those people that you were trying to help, those people that you want to help, you see the potential in them, they don't see the potential in themselves, and you try to pull them and they're pulling you backwards. Run the race with the people that are running with you, in front of you, and behind you, that are pushing you to be great. Not the ones standing on the sideline still, uh, like you did. And I don't know how many you to jump double dutch, but the ones that, just scared to go on the rope. You know, they think they're gonna jump in, but they don't. And in life and the race and everything else is continue to pass them by. Sometimes you have to drop those people. Don't soar. You can't soar with the eagles. I mean, you can't soar with you can't soar with like an eagle if you're with the chickens. Right? That's right, Tarika. Everyone can't go where you're going, and you have to be okay with that. As much as we want to take everybody with us, I really do. But sometimes it bears so much weight on you that you can't even move and make the decisions that you need to make. So, like I said, your network can determine how far you go. How are you leveraging these relationships? Are you getting with people that, are successful in the field that you're in? Are you speaking with them? Are you seeing how you can add value to them so that you can get the value that they provide? How are you shortening your learning curve? How are you shortening your learning curve? By leveraging the relationships and getting to know people that are doing better than you and not looking at them as competition. Because that's the reason why a lot of us don't grow, because we see people that are doing better than us in certain fields, in certain areas that we want to be, as competition, instead of using them as a stepping stone or a leverage to get there, and not just going to ask them for money or just trying to be a leech and take everything from them, but asking how you can add value so you can just be in the room to learn what they know. How many of us take advantage of our network in that way? By associating with people that are smarter than us, have more than us, and are where we want to be. Some of us are scared to even talk to them. Yeah, fuel to your fire. Some people are scared to even talk to people. So the fear stifles you and holds you back for even talking to somebody that you feel like is untouchable, is unreachable. When all they are looking for is for people that they can help a lot of times. Now, you might run into some that don't want to help. That's not the association that you need. Find somebody else that you can learn from, that you can do great things with, that can show you how to shorten your learning curve. That's how you grow with speed, by leveraging other people's knowledge. I know, like in real estate, because I'm a real estate professional, you always hear OPM, other people's money, OPM, or other people's money. But the lost resource is OPK or OPW, other people's wisdom, other people's knowledge. That can turn into dollars. Education is a currency. Just like time is a currency, education is a currency. And people don't realize that. They don't look at it as that. They don't see the how education can take them further, way further than just getting money alone. Because the thing is, you get a whole lot of money, you don't know what to do with it, there you lose it. But getting the education to make the money, to make more money, you keep it. And that's what happened to a lot of these people that went broke. And, unfortunately, like MC Hammer, or you hear all those lottery winners that like just be broke and like astronomical short of the time. Like, how did you blow all that money? I mean, you can. I know how, but I wouldn't with the knowledge that I have now on how I can make that money flip into more money. But how many people are invested in the educational part of their network to turn it into currency? Because education is a currency. How many people are doing that? How many people are not taking advantage of the people that are around them? And that's the key. That's the ticket. Everybody, right? Living hood rich. Everybody wants to look the part, but nobody wants to know the part. They don't want to. They don't want the process. They just want the instant gratification. And sometimes instant gratification is a fallacy. It's a falsehood, because we're visual learners at this point. I learn in multi different ways, but we are visual learners for the most part. We see all these things on, because I see all them luxury real estate properties and everything, because I love them. They're beautiful. And you see all these celebrities, I follow some, don't follow a whole lot, because mostly on my page is people that's educating on, finance and real estate, stuff like that. Watch who you following too. That's what I'm saying about ingesting in your spirit. Watch who you're following on these social media sites, because that can determine what's your association to. People don't think of it like that. You think it was this at a far, but the more you ingest it, the more it becomes more of you. But anyway, you see all these things, and you see people living the life that you want to live. They have the cars, they have the houses and all of that. Sometimes that stuff is rented. You don't even know it, and we're just associating that with wealth. And it's not. Having things, that depreciate is not wealth. Owning assets that are producing income is a status of wealth. That's what net worth is. But how are you leveraging your network to get to the net worth is the question. How are your associations affecting you? Are they affecting you in a positive way? Are you feel like you're moving, you're growing, and these people are who you need to grow with? Because I'm looking for business partners myself. And I've associated myself with people. I've, poured into people. I've, paid money for people to, do certain things, to be a part of, what my movement of financial literacy, all of that, to turn around to slap me in the face because it's something that they didn't want to do. And I forced it on them, right? They didn't see the value in it like I did. And I forced it on them because I saw the potential that they can make an impact on the people that's around them and also provide them with, an extra, stream of income. But I can't put my passion on somebody else. They have to see the value and feel that passion themselves. And I taught I got a lot hard lesson because of that. And then another thing, sometimes you have to love people from afar to get to where you're going. You don't have to just cut them off or whatever. Maybe you do, but you can love people from afar and still move on. And we have to be able to do that because our family members are tied to us in all different types of ways. So sometimes we can't just cut them off. But you can love people from afar, but associate yourself in a system where you know that you're going to move forward and going into a different lane. So I say all that to say your network is your net worth. So how are you? Network is navigate to elevate through wisdom to obtain a renewed key to life. Your network gives you a new renewed key to life. And you have to look at it like that. You have to see it as such. How are your associations forging your life forward? And that's all I got for today. I'll write everything in my journal. It's my Motivational Monday journal. I've been doing this for 2 years almost in May. Have any of my videos gone viral? No. Do I get a whole lot of views? Nah. But I'm being consistent. I'm helping somebody. If I help just one person, if I inspire, impact one person, that's fine by me. And I learned that a long time ago when I was an educator that I had to realize that, Toria, the 300 students, 450 students, however many students that you have, you're not going to reach all of them. But if you just reach one of them, two, three, four, five of them, that you've made a significant impact because maybe they would take what they learn and take it to their families as well. So I bid you adieu. And if you need any of my services, I am a realtor here in Memphis, and I would love to help you buy, sell, or invest. I am a commercial realtor. Also with residential, I work with first-time home buyers. I do luxury. I all of the above. I do not discriminate. I work with investors. I have investors that I'm working with as well. And I also work with first-time home buyers, seasoned home buyers. And I particularly like the first-time home buyers because those that want to do it. And I'm so proud of my sis, Leanna in Detroit. She last year when we met, she was so broken when it came to credit, and she opened up and changed her mindset, and she's a homeowner in less than a year. So I know what I do makes an impact. And like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I've reached more than one. But she was very special. That one special one because I literally helped her flip her mindset into thinking and turning it on to different things. Now that she bought her first home, now she's like, this is not it for me. I'm about to invest. I'm about to do. I have impacted one person in the real estate game to do more. And think about it. Last year, she thought she would never be a homeowner. She hated credit, all of that. I'm telling you, with the tools, you can be a homeowner. With an open mind, you can be a homeowner. With a mindset shift and change and discipline, you can be a homeowner. And I'm going to keep you as a homeowner with the strategies that I have for you. So if you're looking to be a homeowner or you want to invest, I would love to serve you. If you're looking for to get your finances in order so you can be able to buy, I can help you all across the United States. And if you're a business owner and you want to fund your business, I have funded for you. So, like I said, I bid you adieu. Have a blessed day and evening. And I'll see you back tomorrow for Real Estate Tuesday. Let's go. Bye.